A thread by Pat Scopoliti. 16 December 2020. Hashtag MAGA analysis. Hashtag the truth. There was a war on earth. Truth versus lies. Who loves the book of Revelation? I do. In my youth, I opted to study two books of the Bible, especially Daniel and Revelation. After a long break in early adulthood, I found my way back with joy. It's so tempting to follow the path of Revelation 12, where the story of the war in heaven is told, revealed. Another tempting path pops up in Genesis, which is now likely my favorite book of the Bible. We learn of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Consider this little playful numbered analysis. Truth, falsehood, i.e., lies, and the lying liars who tell them. Good, evil. Something simple arises. Truth is good. Lies are evil. How about that? Moving perhaps too quickly, I bounce over to my beloved master, Sun Tzu. Well, him and me, we're a team. He assumes, but I explain, it is a moral mandate to lie to your enemies. Allow me. The Scopoliti doctrine. It is a moral mandate to lie to your enemies. Ethics is an ancient thing. Making a claim like the one I did above is no small thing, I assure you. I believe I am offering an innovation in the field of ethics. Lying to your friends is bad. Lying to your enemies is good. It's more than just good. It is required. Be patient with me. We have to stick this through. Lying to your enemies is not necessarily evil. It is not a necessary evil. It is a necessary good. Telling the truth to your enemies has a name: treason. And it is the worst crime there is. It demands execution. If convicted, you must be shot at dawn. Why dawn? Why shoot traitors at dawn? There is a reason. Because we must not allow the sun to rise on another day after this one with this traitor still alive. It is a harsh logic. Days count. Treason counts. Truth given to enemies is evil. Please contemplate that. The logic inverts. Lies told to friends are evil. No, not all of them. Does this outfit make me look good, honey? Yes, dear. It does not matter if it is true or false. Your beloved's feelings are more important than the absolute truth of the outfit's value. A lie of love is a good thing. Try to avoid them when possible, but push and shove, lie all day long to ensure your love's joy in life. And never confess. Her joy is the real truth anyway. The joy she sparks in your soul moment by moment is the real truth anyway. Where is the real evil? It is the lie that you are a friend when in fact you are an enemy. The ethics invert again. A spy must, by definition of his function, execute this precise lie or fail in his mission. Spies are liars. They employ trust falsely. Funny thing, my spy is good, your spy is evil. Go figure. In some strange way, I say all spies are good. I love spies. I even know a few, believe it or not. I've got one in mind in particular who lied to me, and well, I still love him anyway. A funny thing happened on the way to the grocery store last night. I got a text message from a beloved and well trusted friend. I responded and posted a tweet that did amazing things. Here's the tweet. I just heard. Clinton's emails just dumped by WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks just dumped all of their files online. Everything from Hillary Clinton's emails, McCain's being guilty, Vegas shooting being done by an FBI sniper, Steve Jobs' HIV letter, pedosta, Afghanistan, Syria, Iran, Bilderberg, CIA agents arrested for rape, WHO pandemic. Please pass it on. Semper Fi. There is a truth and a lie here. The lie in the tweet, of which I was unaware, is that this is new information. It is not. We'll talk about that more. The truth is, the information is valuable. Contemplate that. Old as the information is, and it was new to me. Notice the focus. Is it new? No. New to me? Yes. Is it true or false? That is a very serious question. That's a question at the tree of the knowledge of good and evil level. Forget new, focus on true or false. We return to ancient things now. There is a single term that, if I could, I would enforce in all education for every student no later than age 13. Epistemology. It is a Greek word. Episteme, knowledge. Ology, study. It is the queen of philosophy. Imagine that. Who among us has studied science seriously? That is from an historical and, yes, philosophical perspective. If you have, few though you may be, you will understand when I say that physics is the queen of science. Every other science wishes it was physics. Why might that be? Because when physics says something is true, all other sciences bow. Force equals mass times acceleration. No one will argue. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. No one will argue. Did Hillary Clinton have Seth Rich assassinated? Someone will argue. Not me, mind you. I don't have the slightest question, but many do. The more I think about it, the more profound last night's little tweet grows. I happily put it forward in my own name. I didn't take the time to think about the following fact. In my name means my validation. Now that was a failure, a very real and important failure. But the most important and interesting thing Tracy offers in her second tweet, and please pay careful attention, Tracy Beans tweeted, "So poke around here. Look at the info. It's valuable information," referring to the WikiLeaks dump. "Pour through it. But all can be found in their releases on the main site as well." Back to Pat. I find I have to quote this again. "So poke around here. Look at the info. It is valuable information. Pour through it. But all can be found in their releases on the main site as well." End quote. Friends, if there has been a biblical moment since 1776, it is now. There was the Civil War, both world wars, the Cold War, and the collapse of the USSR and 9/11. But if picking just one, I'd call now. This is a biblical moment. And we come down to truth or lies. Between the truth tellers and the liars, I hate the Republican liars more than the Democrats. Let's just take one example from the list. Vegas shooting being done by an FBI sniper. Walk it through. Why is this even something any of us might consider? There is an irrefutable fact here. We were never given a credible outcome to the investigation. What does that have to do with politics? I say everything. Why didn't the Republican power base demand a proper conclusion? Crickets. Do you follow my theme here? Truth or falsehood? I say the Republican power base is in no way more educated, dedicated to truth than their Democrat peers and friends and, yes, allies. So who are friends? Who are enemies? It is no easy thing to map. Clearing up my failure yesterday evening, I offered it as new. It was not new. I was wrong. But the question of true or not is a totally different matter. True is often more powerfully demonstrated by old than new. Truth stands the test of time. Truth also stands the test of friendship versus enmity. Quick, flash forward to right now. Who won the election? Truth or falsehood? Biden won? Falsehood. Hashtag Biden will never be president. Why not? Because he lost. He massively lost to Trump's landslide. And truth will matter. Friends and enemies switch from day to day. It's not easy to keep up. McConnell over Merrick Garland and following SCOTUS and federal judge appointments. Friend. McConnell welcoming Biden as president. Enemy. Do you see? This is hard stuff. And there was war in America in 2020, and the forces of evil preyed upon the weaknesses of the descendants of the American Revolution and lied to them, stealing the election, converting a landslide into a defeat, and the forces of evil joined sides together. And Fox joined CNN, and the Republican power base joined the Democrats, and the coffers of China poured open for the harlots of Babylon on K Street, while the depredations of political corruption swelled the souls of the corrupt in power. Evil marched upon America. In my sprawling studies, I blundered into a strange thought. If you take the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and instead of looking at the expulsion from Eden as a bad thing, looked at it as a blessing in disguise, what might you find? Perhaps our curse is the very path of our destiny. Perhaps we must eat the fruit anew. Perhaps we must learn the knowledge of good and evil, truth and falsehood, friends and enemies. Let me say it again. Friends tell the truth to friends. Enemies tell falsehoods to enemies. Having inherited the powers of our constitutional republic, the vast majority of those in power have become our enemies and lie to us happily, joyfully, playfully, purposefully, Republican or Democrat. Allow me a nod to my Q friends now. They've gotten so much right. And a point of disagreement. All theories that have Trump lying to us, his followers, I have rejected from 2016 until now. I must demonstrate with one example. Jeff Sessions. He was a traitor, I say. All the 16D chess examples of how Sessions was doing good things, well, can you not admit they were wrong, please? As I said at the time, when Trump says he's disappointed in Sessions, you have to judge Trump as a liar to disagree. Sure, Trump can and must lie to his enemies all day long. My theory and my judgment has always been Trump does not lie to us, his followers. He'd never use us that way. It would break his trust. Trump told us his most important speech ever was about 2020 election fraud. I take Trump at his word. This is the fight, and we, his followers, we must actually do that. Follow. He will guide us. What action he wants us to take, he'll tell us to take. When he does, I will. And there was war in America in 2020 over the truth or falsehood of our election. Who won? Who lost? Who knows? Who doesn't know what is truth or falsehood over our election? America is blessed with another hero, Sidney Powell. If I'm placing a single bet as to the turn of truth on this election, it's on her work. She tells us Trump won in a landslide. I believe her. What fruit are you eating?